Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you're wondering why my voice is deeper, it's because I'm recording this in the morning, so morning voice and all that as well. But um, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you are new. We're on the road to 1K subscribers. And before we get into anything, please, guys, go to the comments of this video and put your questions in for the 500 subscriber Q&A. That will be happening next Tuesday. I haven't decided whether I'm going to pre-record it or do a live. But I'm going to do one or the other. So either go into the comments of this video or put it in the community page. Now, West Ham, obviously, we've done a lot of transfer business. We found, multiple positions. We've signed two wingers. We've signed two centre backs. We've signed a right back. We've signed a left winger. Well, we signed two wingers as well, and we signed a striker. I'm pretty sure I haven't missed out anyone. Like we signed a number 6 type midfielder that could also play alongside Alvarez as well. Sorry for any noise in the background. There's always every time I do these videos, there's always someone making some stupid noise. But listen, it's been reported by many people. Obviously, like every piece of West Ham news, it's been reported by ex-West Ham employee first. But everyone else is reporting it as well, such as Plettenberg and people like that as well. That West Ham are still exploring a deal to sign another midfielder. This is a number 8 option with Carlos Soler. And they're going to wait to explore until deadline day. And I think the reason why this is such a thing that has been reported so much is because West Ham are genuinely interested. But I think we can see from this, if they're waiting until deadline day, I'm assuming West Ham are waiting for more funds to happen because that can all change. That can all change, like, with how much we could offer and stuff like that. We probably have the money to do a loan to obligation to buy with £20 million all in because we can pay it next season. Now, people are going to be like, but what about the money for next season if we are signing Tadibo and Carlos Soler? Well, put it this way, guys. I think we've put ourselves in a good enough position financially and strategy-wise to be like, when it comes to next season, and let's say Lopetegui, and this sounds ridiculous, but let's say Lopetegui's still the manager next season, and we do well and stuff like that, but he feels like there's some people in the squad that he needs, and there's some people in the squad that he needs to push up, and he analyzes the squad. There's going to be people that are going to have to move, and then we'll replace them. And if we do well this season, we're going to be in a position where, well, we're happy with our squad anyway, but we're going to wait on a sell to replace them with an upgrade. And I'm just going to guess next year, like, because we can't get everything done this season, that we're probably going to go after another midfielder next season, that we're probably going to go after another striker next season, that we're probably going to either let Ollie Scholes be in the squad or we're going to go after a left back next season. And it's going to sound ridiculous, but another centre back as well, because Kilman and Tadibo will probably be the first teamers. So either again or Mavropanos is going to be angry about that, or both. So we might sign two. A right back will be signed again next season as well because Vladimir Suho will surely leave on a free. I don't expect him to get a new contract. But we seem to be quite ruthless with our transfers, and I think that's all down to obviously the alignment of the technical director and the manager as well, because the manager has always felt like that we needed 2 players in each position, and he was saying this last week when we were interested in Carlos Soler. And this could only mean that this is the last one for this season where he feels like we need 2 players in every position, because we've gone through this before. If you look at every other position within our squad right now, then we've got 2 players in every position. Whether it's, if you want to specifically say left centre back, right centre back, we've got that. Right back, we've got that. Left back, we've got that. Number 6, we've got that. Number 8, technically we've got that, but he seems to not be happy with that. So if we sign Carlos Soler, we'd have 3. So that means that I think most likely Thomas Souček, number 28, will be, well, hopefully been put out of the picture. And that would mean we have 2 players in every position. Like if we look at the wingers and number 10 position and striker position, we have 2 or 3 players in every position in that as well. So look at that. We've got depth and we've got quality and depth in some positions. In some other positions, obviously, it still goes back to the old regime of some of the players that let us down last season, and they will come in for the players that we have already if they unfortunately get injured or suspended. But that's what happens, and is you're not going to have a perfect squad within the first season of your project or process. And I've used those words in quotation marks because I don't really know an alternative word, and I don't really like using the word process because I'm not an Arsenal fan. Um, but I'd be happy with this. I'd be happy with this. It's decent controller on the ball, control games. Like we just need someone for that uh, third man in midfield. I think for the time being as well. Like I think Lopetegui's going to show himself in terms of if we don't get Carlos Soler, and it still probably is possible, then he's going to have to look at himself and feel like what's the alternative to Carlos Soler within playing a player in his squad. And if it is like, and if the setup is anything like last week, you're going to be out of a job a lot quicker than you think. And I said this on Lewis's stream as well yesterday. Big up to Lewis as well. That give me a chance to give you a chance. That was my phrase that I used because I'm more than happy to give patience. I will always be happy to give patience, and I was very patient before I saw that Aston Villa lineup. And yes, it's one game. It's one game. I'm not saying manager out or anything. I'm just being critical. The reason why I'm being critical is because I'm not trying to see players from last season to this season as well. I'm not trying to see this. I'm sorry, but the players that continuously let us down from last season, I'm not trying to see it. That was an important game. That was a game against Aston Villa. You really thought you could go up against Aston Villa, not play your best players and win just because they lost Douglas Luiz? You saw Amadou Onana played well. I don't even rate Amadou Onana to the highest level. I don't. I'm just being honest. I don't. But guess what? He outdid us on that Saturday. So did Tielemans. Tielemans was amazing. John McGinn was good as well. We dealt with their front two well with Leon Bailey and Ollie Watkins. We dealt with them well, but Ollie Watkins just come back as well. So, and they still had chances. They had more chances than us. No, I get it. Joaquim Anderson has just moved to Crystal Palace. I mean, just moved from Fulham to back to Fulham. I think that deal is going to progress, and he'll probably be left out of the starting 11 for the game on Saturday against Crystal Palace. But that doesn't really give much of an advantage to us because they can still play a back three of Riyadh, Gay, and Richards, or fuck it, they can put Joe Ward there. Listen, Joe Ward's an old man, but he does a job. He does a job. And to be honest, we'd still find a way to lose, knowing us. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding negative, but that's just the way I am. I'm naturally pessimistic. I'm pessimistic about all regimes that come into the squad, but I'm very happy with the structure. I'm very happy with the people above. Well, not all the people above because the owners are still here, but you know what I mean, like Steiden and Noble and all the scouts, etc. I'm happy with the squad for as it is right now. And anything after Wan-Bissaka for me was going to be a bonus in this transfer window. And yes, we needed another midfielder anyway. But you'd hope with Edson Alvarez hopefully coming back in a couple of weeks and maybe after the international break. And I think that's probably the best way to integrate him back in. Then hopefully it's Alvarez, Rodriguez, Paquetá midfield then, or Paquetá Kudus in the same midfield, which I've been screaming out for. Those would be the two midfields I'd try out. And that's just my opinion. I think Rodriguez can be a good player at this club. But I said before he's probably going to be a squad player, but people told me he was going to start. I didn't watch him, but cool, whatever. I'm going to have the preview for Crystal Palace tomorrow because I will be on a trip away from Friday to Monday. I'm going to be out of town. So you're only going to get like a pre-recorded match reaction from me. So I will have the Crystal Palace West Ham United preview from 10 p.m. on a Thursday, and you're probably not going to get an upload from me from Friday because that's what I'm leaving for my trip away. Unless any news comes out, and I'll pre-record it. I can try and pre-record some videos if you guys want me to, and if you guys want me to do that, let me know what kind of videos do you want. Do you want another throwback saga from West Ham? I can pre-record that for Friday and Sunday because Sunday I definitely won't have an upload. Monday we'll be back with the GVO show, and Tuesday we'll have the Q&A, and then we'll be back to normal. But I'll be back Monday, and yeah, that's how it is. But make sure to leave a like on the video, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. The social medias are in the description if you want to follow me for the email for the inquiries. Get your questions down in the comments on the community page for the 500 subscriber Q&A. We're on the road to 1K now. And yeah, see you guys later. Goodbye.